So Holly, I understand you're an inner happiness coach.
I am.
Very interesting. I don't really know what an inner happiness coach is. Can you share that with me? Like, what is that?
So yeah, many people think that happiness comes from having this thing, that once my business gets to this level, all will be well. Once I'm making this much money, all will be well. Or once I'm not having to work at all because I have so much money, all will be well. Once I get that car, and so it's this constant striving for things outside of us to bring us to make us feel better and make us feel happy. And that's fine and good. And there's nothing wrong with the stuff. There's nothing wrong with wanting your dream car and your dream house and all the money you could ever spend. But as we've all heard, there's plenty of gazillionaires that are not happy. And so what I teach is, I use the word inner happiness, but what it's really about is connecting to your inner knowing, to the place. I believe that we're all naturally born happy and peaceful and calm and satisfied. And outside circumstances or life or whatnot have just kind of disconnected us from that. And so what I do is reconnect you to that, reconnect you to yourself, to your true knowing, so that you get to make decisions and you get to live your life from your inner knowing, instead of the stuff out there, instead of because somebody told you you should do this or that. Because and the beauty of it is, then you're not reactive. Because somebody gets mad at you, you don't have to get mad back. It doesn't matter. You get to choose how you want to, you get to respond, and you get to choose how you want to respond.
That doesn't even sound possible. Like, that doesn't even seem like my experience. It seems like if somebody does something and I get mad because they did something and it made me mad. So I don't even understand like how you can do it differently. So like, do you have like a program or something?
Yeah, I do. I mean, you're like so many, that's like so many other people that most people don't think that. The most people, I mean, it's interesting to watch. If somebody elevates, then the other person elevates, and you just keep going like this, and then it explodes, right? And, in marriages, that's really particularly uncomfortable, or in partnerships and stuff. So yeah, I do. I work with people one-on-one mostly, and I take them into themselves. And a large part of the way that I do that is that I am kind of like a mirror. So I can help them see themselves as they truly are. And so I act as a mirror. And at the same time, I teach them tools about how to be able to step back and observe, and how to connect to the positive things. Because if we ask ourselves, why do I do this or that? Our brain has a really hard time responding to that. But if we connect to something like, where was I successful before? And you connect to that, then you're in a positive channel of success, or how you figured this thing out. And so it puts you in that that mindset of being able to figure that thing out and get down that path. It's like a pathway. It's like you're just choosing to go down a different pathway, and it's the way our brains work. And so I work a lot with the way our brains work, and it's not necessarily rewiring. It's kind of getting down the path that we want to be down, the neural pathway that we want to be down, rather than the well-used path. Instead of going down the really worn, rutted path, we get to go down that other path that's been created, but there's kind of a little overgrowth going on there now.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how that can work. So you take people, all right, I might have to ask you the question, but it's like you help people learn how to, I know that this isn't the right words, but like stop doing it one way and start doing it another way is really what I'm thinking. But is there a better way to say that? Because
See them, it allows them to see their true selves. It allows to see, instead of maybe all the stories we've told to ourselves over and over about how you screwed up that thing or that, the other thing, or why didn't I do this right or that right, or um, the what's the word I'm looking for, the piece is missing. Instead of focusing on maybe what's missing, I teach you how to focus on what's there and what's already inside you, and connect to what's truly there. And it's not necessarily, because a lot of people think, oh, that's going to take so much time and work that I have to go through all these layers and stuff. And it's not necessarily about that, because those layers could be never ending. And I've spent 30 plus years and doing a lot of stuff, and EFT and meditation and all that stuff. And it didn't get me there. It didn't help me find that fulfillment and that inner happiness and that peace, so that I could stand in my own strength, so that I could just be who I was, rather than somebody who constantly reacted to what was going on around me or not going on around me. I developed this I guess a program or the system and these steps that helps you be able to just stand in your own strength and know who you truly are.
That's what I was going to ask you when you were talking about knowing your true authentic self, and then you talked about we've got all this other stuff that people kind of put on us. And just now you said, the system, like what's different about your system or your program or whatever it is that you do? What is different about the way that you do it so that people get that success versus the EFT, nothing against them, but the EFT or the meditation or the journaling or the Reiki or whatever the other modalities that people have used? Why does your system work? What's different?
What people tell me, the response that people tell me always is that it's like I'm shining the light. I have this ability to shine the light and help people see what I see, the goodness and the love and the connection that's in them, that I'm able to shine a light on that for them. And a lot of that's intuitive. That's a lot of what I do is intuitive. And so parts of ourselves that maybe you weren't able to get to or understand on your own, I'm able to shine a light on that and bring that forth and show you, oh, look at this part, look at this piece that you haven't looked at since you were 2 or whatnot. And so it opens up all this stuff. Like I said, it's kind of like, trimming the bushes off the path. We've cut, life or whatever is covered up the true nature of who we are. I'm able to shine the light, and so that you can get down that path. You still have to walk the path and you still have to clear off the brush, but I can shine the light so that you can get down that path.
Okay, so you hold the flashlight over their shoulder while they are doing all the work, basically, by cutting it down.
Yeah. Obviously, you still have to, you definitely have to do your own work. I can't drag anybody down the path, because you probably just run back anyway. But most people, what they do, if you get drugged down somewhere, they're going to, resist.
Sure.
And so, so I'm holding it down here so that you can see the safety of it. So you see the beauty of connecting to yourself, of the beauty of you, so you can see who you truly are and how beautiful you truly are.
Very interesting. Well, thank you. Okay.